Based going to Ayin. More tells over a story. Ilfa tola nafshi biskari de makusa. Ilfa was a colleague of Rabbi Yochanan. You listening? And Rabbi Yochanan became the Godlador, became a Rosh Hashiva. Ilfa went to do business. So he said to Ilfa, and evidently Ilfa had a mind which was as great as Rabbi Yochanan's, and they said to him, if you wouldn't have gone to business, you could have been the Rosh Hashiva. So Ilfa says that although he went to business, he didn't forget any of his learning. And every brisa that was learned by Reb Chia, Reb Oshia, was established to be a credible brisa, he's able to correspond the Mishnah to that. And if he can't, he went on top of a mast of a ship, and he says, I will throw myself into water and drown myself. Okay? Some people jump out windows, some people, Ilfa told nafshi biskari de makus amar. Iko de osi de oman li milsa de Reb Chia, Reb Oshia. Somebody cites a brisa that was learned to be Reb Chia, Reb Oshia, which are all the credible brises. V'lo pashitno le masdisin, and I'm not able to bring a corresponding Mishnah to those brises. Na filna miaskari v'tavano. I'll throw myself from the mast of the ship and I'll drown myself. That's how certain he was in terms of his retention of what he had learned. Also, Saba Tonale, so an elderly Talmud Chochin came and he presented a brisa. Ometnu shekel lebni l'Shabbos. A person, before he died, he says, I want you to take my estate and I want you to give a shekel. A shekel is a half a selah to cover his expenses for the week. Uruyin litin lemsel, but factually, the father, a shekel is not enough. He needs a selah to cover his weekly expenses. Ruyin litin lemsela, noslam selah. So the guardian who oversees the estate, he gives him a selah because the father didn't mean to say less. He meant whatever's enough. If it turns out it's not enough, give him more. So you give a selah. What he says, oh, I don't want you to give him only a shekel, means it's clear his intention is it's not enough to cover. But he said I don't want more. A noslim el shekel. Then you only give a shekel, even though the shekel may not cover. Doesn't make a difference. Vim omar imesu yishu acherim tachteim. What about he says that if he dies, he wants others other than his children, they should be the heirs. So that means what? No, not charity. It's not charity. Right? You need a charity. Howard should be the heir, although he's not what's his name? He's not a son. He says, so it's clear he wants it should be left over for others. Bein shoma tenu, bein shoma al titnu, whether you use the term give or only give, ein oslam el shekel, because it's clear what's his intention. He wants it should be left over for that other party. Omar leho money. So they said to Ilfa, who do we attribute this brisa to? Remehi. The Omar mitzvah l'chaim divri hames. Remeir holds that although it's something which is contrary to Yerusha, right? But if that's what he said, there's a concept, mitzvah l'chaim divri hames. You have to fulfill the words of the deceased party. To fulfill his words, there's a mitzvah. The heirs, whoever the heirs are. I mean, this person's a stranger. He's not even, or unless he wanted everything to go to one son or to a daughter, whatever it is. They're not legitimate heirs. Okay? Om Rav Chisda, Om Marukva Hilsa. So Rav Chisda said to Marukva, what's the halacha? Bein shoma tnu, bein shoma al titnu, nos lehem kol tzorchem. Yeah? That whether you say give or don't give, you still give them whatever their needs are. He said don't give, but hokaim lo Remeir, dom mitzvah hem divrei hames. Here, but Remeir says there's a mitzvah. You have to fill the words of the mes. Hani mila b'milu chrenaisa beho mina menach nechalei. That's outside of this, meaning regarding anything else. But over here, regarding providing for the needs for his children, even if he says I don't want only that, he didn't mean that. That's not what he meant. Why? So why are you such a very specific, not more than that? There's rinu hudasa, meaning he wanted them to be frugal in their expenditures. So he only used the stronger term, not that if it's too little, of course give them whatever they need. But he used such a strong term, meaning don't squander my money. Right? But let's say it's somewhere else he would have said something, which it's not to provide the needs for his children. Then you have to follow exactly the instructions of the person who passed away. Because mitzvah kaim divrei ames. Okay. Tanan hosam haputos mekon mekach. That's what's putos on the Torah level. That's your transactionally valid. You have to be an adult. What about a child's 8, 9 years old? You're a minor. It's not valid. Rabbinically, they said that because the child already has intelligence, rabbinically we value the transaction. So if that child will go sell, let's say, we'll see metaltlin, movables, it's a valid sale rabbinically. Rabbinically. Rashi says a child is 8 or 9 years old. No. Even his own money, Haputus mekon mekan umemkar mecher. The purchase is a purchase, and the sales, what is it? Bid metaltlin. That's only something which is movables, because real estate is something has greater value. So there, Chazal said, to sell something like that, you have to have that legal intelligence. It's not enough to just have an understanding. You have to be halachically an adult. Omer Rafan lo shanu elo she'ein apitropos. This is being well, there was no guardian. Let's say the court appointed a guardian to oversee. Even by metaltlin, because that's exactly what a guardian was put in place. A court-appointed guardian that he should be doing. He takes all this over. Either he was appointed by the father before he passed away, or the court appointed the guardian. So why? The Mishnah says that the action of a minor is what? That has no value. Has no value. Smar says, no, maybe there's a difference. He says, maybe there's a difference if there's a shlish. 1 second. Meaning, if a person was put into an escrow account, so then the child cannot do anything, can't dictate. But a guardian, what's the guardian? The guardian's do only to accommodate the child's needs, correct? It's not because it's like you have a trustee. A trustee says it's only what the father wants. A guardian is what? Is to provide, to help the children. So if that's the case, maybe it is good. Maybe there's a difference between a shlish and a guardian. An apitropis is a guardian. A shlish is a trustee. A trustee is not a guardian. A guardian means you need clothing, you need food, whatever you need, we provide. Right? That's a guardian. A shlish means it's a trustee, which means it was given specifically to follow his order, for what the father wants it to be used for, nothing else. If that's the case, if you differentiate between a trustee and a guardian, the Mishnah shouldn't say the action of a katana is nothing. You should say the action of a minor when you have a trustee is nothing. Meaning that even when you have a guardian, also it's nothing. If you have no guardian, then putos, then the child is 9 or 8, their action rabbinically is valued. But if there's somebody who fills in that area, then the minor's actions have no value whatsoever. No, that was the machlokus. That was the machlokus. Remain Rabbi Yossi. Well, that's Rameir. Rameir says mitzvah lishma divrei ames. So if you have that, even an adult can't change. What cannot? Okay, further. Hadron loch mitzias ish v'hadron, hadron loch mitzias ish v'hadron, hadron loch mitzias ish v'hadron. Hamadis ishto b'lehonos lo. Person makes a netter. His wife shouldn't be able to benefit from it. Yeah. I mean, he's not going to feed her. She can't eat his food. Ad lamed yom yamid parnas. So Mar says for 30 days you set up a person to provide the food for 30 days. Yes, mikan yotzi tiksuva. But if it goes longer than 30 days, then he has to divorce her. Okay? You appoint an agent. An agent provides food. The Gemara's next quick, but the agent is him. Correct? That's going to be the Gemara's question. What is he going to say? No, so this is what do? You get a parnas that he will provide for 30 days. No, ad lamed yom for 30 days. Yam paras mikan. Yes, mikan, but it's more than yotzi. So review them b'Yisrael chodesh echod yikayim shnayim yotzi. If it's a Yisrael where he can remarry her, even if he divorces her for a month, we try to work it out. He should be matin neder. If not, he gives her a get. The Kohen, what if it's a Kohen? Eating ksuba. The Kohen shnayim, because a Kohen, if he divorces, he can't take it back. So we give him a double amount, right? Shnayim yikayim shloshi yotzi din ksuba. Hamadir ishto shlo tito echum ni aperos. First makes a netter, he doesn't want his wife to eat a certain type of fruit. Echum ni aperos. Yotzi din ksuba. There he divorces her immediately. Immediately. What do we differentiate? Right? So Rashi says, she made a netter, she will not eat a certain fruit, and the husband substantiated the netter. The first day, he keeps her. The second day, he has to divorce. Let's say not to use a certain type of perfume or cosmetic. He has to divorce her immediately. Rabbi Yosef says it depends. If it's she's a poor girl, it's not something she's used to. So if it's open-ended, she can never use cosmetics, then he has to divorce her. 30, because since a woman who comes from a wealthy family, it's something she's used to, she can't survive more than 30 days without using cosmetics or perfume. Therefore, he has to divorce her. If it was only 30 days, fine. If more than 30 days, he has to divorce her. The netter was less than 30 days, it's fine, she can survive it. And then aniyah, even more than 30 days, as long as it's not just open-ended. Forever, then even a poor girl, he has to divorce her. Okay. Someone asks a question. If actually a husband, when he gets married, he marries a woman, he has an obligation to support his wife, how does he make a netter? You can only make a netter something that's your prerogative. But if it's, let's say a person owes a person money, I make a netter, I'm not paying the debt. What do you mean? You can't make it. You have a debt, you have to pay. That's not called he's benefiting from you. Over here, how could the netter take effect? Factually, he has an obligation, he has to feed her. Right? That's Moraes, Kevin Shubid law, since he's indebted to her, how could he make a netter? She can't benefit from him. Does he have the ability to revoke the financial obligation to Hatanan? We had earlier. Let's say the one makes a netter. You cannot benefit from my earnings. And Mishnah says you don't have to be mefer. The husband doesn't have to nullify it. Why? Because she's obligated to give her earnings to her husband. Alma, so what do we see there? Since she's indebted to give her earnings to husband, netter means nothing. She doesn't have the ability to revoke what? That lien, that obligation. Hochanami, to say the same thing here. Since rabbinically he has to provide food for his wife, through the netter, he cannot revoke that financial obligation. So what's the answer? What happened? He would say to the world, wife, I'm not interested in your earnings. I'm not going to feed you. Let's say the husband could do it. It's a question. We ruled he could say that. The only reason why the husband feeds her because he gets the earnings. So let's say he says, I'm not interested in your earnings. I won't feed you. Take your own earnings. Support yourself. If the husband could say that, right? It's the equivalent. If he makes a netter, what is he actually saying to her? I make a netter, you can't benefit from me. Meaning, I'm not going to feed you. So what does that mean? It's the equivalent of saying that what? That take your earnings and support yourself. Although he didn't say those words, it's the equivalent of that. Tomorrow, if that's the case, the Beisa, the Hod, the Rafuna Amrav, if actually, if you hold like Rafuna Amrav, the Rafuna Amrav, you hold Isha Shetoma Labalo. If you hold that a woman could say to her husband, Aini Nizonos Veini Osa, I'm not interested in your support, and therefore I'm not going to give my earnings. So why, if that's the case, according to Rafuna, the name of Rav, Konim Shani Osla Pich, how do we understand the Mishnah? If we're saying, even though she didn't say to the husband, I'm not interested in your support, I'm keeping my earnings. But if she makes a net, it's the equivalent of saying that. So why does the Mishnah say in Kesuvos in the 5th parak that if a woman says, I make a netter, you can't benefit from my earnings? He takes it in either case. He doesn't have to nullify the netter. But if we're saying if she could say it, and there's the equivalent, so she said it. Let's see that as if she said to her husband, I'm not interested in your support, I'm keeping my earnings. Right, but we don't say that. The Mishnah says earlier that if she makes a netter, the netter is not effective. It's nothing. So what do we say? El lo tema naseh. Not that it's the equivalent. El ba'omer lo. Now Mishnah, when it says he makes the netter, he says explicitly to his wife, I'm not interested in your earnings. Keep your earnings, and I'm not going to feed you. He says, I make a netter, therefore I make a netter, you can not benefit. So therefore he has no obligation to feed her. That's the reason why the netter is effective. Somebody has a question. So what do you need the intermediary to provide food? If we're saying that's what he said to his wife, he has no obligation. So why does the Mishnah says you appoint an agent that the agent should provide? But but what's the agent? Agents representing the husband. But if the husband himself extricated himself from this because he's not taking her earnings, what do you need an agent to feed her? Right? So Mer says below the sofkut. You know what it's speaking about? It's speaking where her earnings are not sufficient to cover her food expenses. So if that's the case, he can't say that to his wife. Mer says below sofka, so back to square one. If her earnings don't cover her expenses, her food expenses, if that's the case, he's indebted. So if he's indebted, so then again, the netter's not a netter. So what do you need? The intermediary, he could provide it himself. Omer Ravashi, so Rashi says, maspekes l'dvarim gedolim, meaning her earnings cover the primary needs. No, her primary, whatever that is, mizonos. Ve'ena maspekes l'dvarim, but there's certain smaller things which it doesn't cover. But so what's the difference? When we say this, the lesser needs, what are they? Either a gilabu, if it's something she is accustomed to, and she's going to be denied that, her regilu, so that's a need, right? Let's say a woman every day doesn't only eat a main course, she has an appetizer. And now she only has enough to cover the main course, not the appetizer. So you have to provide it. Financially, he's indebted to her. So why is the net effective? V'lo regilabu, and if something she's not accustomed to, parnas lomalo, he doesn't have to provide it. When he said to her, keep your earnings, I'm not going to feed you, he doesn't have to appoint an agent to provide for the lesser needs. Which means it's something she's accustomed to when she was in her father's house. But now she says she gets by with the husband, she puts up with it. She puts up with the husband. Until now, we didn't make a neder. Gilgalno badoch. We were able to work it out between the two of us, right? Meaning, you had, I had. But I was agreeable to what? To forego it. You know, it wasn't such a big deal. Hashtra darton. But now that I'm off limits, that you're not providing, lo matzini galka badoch. So now I can't. We don't have that relationship any longer. Samar says. If actually he said to his wife, keep your earnings, I'm not going to feed you, so why only up to 30 days? Even beyond 30 days. If a husband could say to his wife, I'm not interested in your earnings, I'm not going to feed you for the next 25 years, it's not a problem. So why over here does it say after 30 days he has to give her a get? He says, up to 30 days people don't hear about it. Because it's whoever heard a husband not wanting to feed his wife. So it's disgraceful. So up to 30 days, somehow, word doesn't get out yet. So if he nullifies the netter, it's not a problem. Velozilo b'milsa, right? So therefore she's not disgraced. She's not belittled in the eyes of the community. Tfei, but if it goes on beyond 30 days, shami wa'inchi, word gets around, people hear about it. Vizila b'milsa, she feels disgraced. As a result of that, that's the reason why he has to give her a get after 30 days. Iba same another pshat. So take a look, and there's important third Tosas on the page. It says it was the smaller things, not the larger things. So she said to him, before you made a neder, I was willing to forego it. But now that, so Tosa says, he says, if you make a neder where I have to forego the lesser things, I'm not ready to forego it. Why? So if that's the case, why is the neder effective? If in fact she says she's not mochel the husband, so if that's the case, the neder shouldn't be effective, right? He says, because when he made the neder, the shibud wasn't there, right? It's only afterwards. Inami belota mechilo haneder chal shkol zman shelo shehi imo yesh legalgal imo avagav dein yeredus imo. That is, as long as she's with him, she somehow work it out. Although a woman is not supposed to, doesn't go down to his level. The ain't zeh choshev yirid the marishem b'nei mishpachto ashirim kamo bailo. Her family is not as wealthy as the husband. The husband could provide for the smaller things. Regilim bekach, yeah. She'ein b'nei mishpachto ashirim kamo bailo. Regila bekach. Elo avio mitoch oshro hoyo mevatir. Her father, because of his wealth, was willing to forgive Hilkoch. So therefore, that's not called going down. Her father let her, like he spoiled her a little bit. Wasn't their lifestyle, but it's something she was used to. Now, when he goes to her, but now that she's not with him, so then now he has to provide like that. Okay, further. Ibo same another pshat. How is the neder effective? Yeah. Ibo she diro b'shi arusa. He made the neder when she wasn't arusa. Wait, so arusa mi isla mizoni. Her husband doesn't provide mizonos when she's only arusa. It's only when she's fully married. She gias man v'lo nisu, meaning the 12-week months were up, and for some reasons he has to start titnan. He gias man v'lo nosu ochlis mishlov ochlis b'truma. They eat of his and they eat truma. Somewhere says Maishna at Shloshim Yom. So why 30 days? Up to 30 days, yes, more than that. Because we say the agent that's appointed, 30 days will carry it out. More than 30 days is not. Now, Rashi always says, but factually, if he's obligated to feed her after when the year comes, so then why is that Nedachal again? Financially, he's indebted to her. So Rashi says something, and Tosas argues. Tosas says, Rashi says, the Midorais lo Meshubed lo. Since it's purely a rabbinic enactment, on a Torah level, he's not indebted to her. It's only rabbinical. The fichoch laneder disa doraisuhu umidrabono chayv lezona. The fichoch yamid parnis. Hear this. Since on a Torah level, he's not obligated to feed her. It's purely rabbinical. Therefore, the neder takes effect. And that's why he has to feed her through this intermediary. Hear what Rashi says. Rashi, of course, says if he's indebted rabbinically, so again it shouldn't be chal. Right. So you differentiate whether it's a Torah obligation to feed or rabbinical. Since only rabbinical, the neder is chal. So Tosas asks on Rashi. Tosas rejects it. I see you marked it up. Where did you hear this, Tosas? No, I read the Tosas for Idna. Tosas before. Okay. Pirsh coaches the Reisel Bestabel, Ficha Nedachal Vakoshe, Dim came in and the Suan Nami Yichol and Neder. My Taimo, he says, that's the case, even if they're fully married. Why? The Kaimelon, the Mazonis, the Sua, Drabonon, we rule halacha that a husband has to provide food for his wife, it's purely rabbinical. V'od, Koinim Shani Osel Picho, Amayin HaNedachal, V'maisi Yodayim, Lebalo, Kuliam, everybody agrees that she has to give the earnings to the husband is only rabbinical. So if that's the case, she shouldn't be able to benefit. So Tosas two pshatim. V'nira leforesh k'shigia zman v'lo nosu. When the time came, klomar hodik toni yamid parnas ahigia zman v'lo nosu koi. Abuk shenoda alayin lo yizman. He made the neder before the 12 months were up. Leficho chala neder v'davki gia zman avon nisis ein tzorch lamid parnas. Meaning, if already the 12 months came, she's indebted, the neder will not take effect. He made it before the 12 months, and then 12 months. Oji Shloma Kshidiro Kvar Higiazman. This would answer. But he made the neder already 12 months. He said, "Umiu chala nedet lo amur rabbanon l'shibudi diisha kozman shlo nisis." They didn't intensify the level of obligation only when she's fully married. Umafkia b'hakonim osa shibud. Okay, further. So now the Gemara asks a question: if in fact the neder is effective, one second. He made the neder when she was in arus and she nisas. Oh, sover v'kiblo. Someone says, if that's the case, why does he have to divorce her? The neder was in effect before, and she agreed to get married, although the neder is in place. It says he has to divorce her if it's more than 30 days. She agreed. The Omra kisvur anisha niyochol lekabel. He says, initially I thought I could handle it. Achshov inan niyochol lekabel. Somewhere says, Eimadamrin and Hochi. When do we say that? That once she agrees, Hani Hochi gabi mumin. That's only regarding mumin. What does mumin mean? That if the man had some kind of defect, he had a defect, then she could say, I thought I could handle it, I can't handle it any longer. When it comes to a financial situation, let's say a man he had a disease and she agreed to marry him, and initially she thought she could handle it, then she sees she can't handle it, so that's a basis for what? For a divorce. But financially, a person thought I could handle it, regardless, you can't get out of it. It's like we said before. Somewhere asks, up to 30 days you appoint an agent to provide for on behalf of the husband. But if you're providing on behalf of the husband, whose money is she benefiting from? From the husband's. But he made a neder. So what are we accomplishing by appointing the shliach? Hear what he said? He said he didn't appoint the man directly as shliach. He says, whoever will provide for my wife will not lose by it. Meaning he'll make it up to him. So he's not appointing him to be the shliach. So when the man is feeding her, he's feeding from his own means. And he said, whoever does it won't lose by it. He says, that's not called the shliach. That's also shliach. Why? But now, to divorce a woman, if somebody writes a get, he has to be appointed the shliach of the husband. If he's not, what's the halacha? It's not valid. So let's say a guy is in a pit. But not mishu a person was in a pit and he was dying, and he wanted his wife to be divorced so she shouldn't fall to yibum. And he said, get lishto. Whoever hears my instructions, he should. So he didn't say I'm appointing you shliach. He says, whoever hears my instructions should write a get for my wife. They have a right to write. That's called appointing a shliach. So if that's the case over here also, if he says, Kol mafsid, whoever supports my wife will not lose financially, that should also be the equivalent of shliach, right? There he says, should write it. Whoever will write it will not lose. So he said the word yichtov. He didn't say whoever that person should support. Whoever that person will be, Kol hazon. Let's say there's a fire. All his things are burning on Shabbos, and so he can't appoint a shliach, a goy, say, put out the fire. So he says, whoever puts out the fire, whoever will be, will not lose. Will not lose. So you're allowed to do this by Shabbos. Why? Because a person, if you don't give him that outlet, he's going to put out the fire himself. Because the person is not going to see all his possessions going up in smoke. It seems only by a dleika, only when there's a fire you allow such a thing. So what does it mean? Only when there's a fire. What does that come to exclude? To exclude the case over here by the parnis. No, lebuti shar isurim de Shabbos. That's only by other isurim of Shabbos. But the person has to have his animal fed. He says, whoever will feed my animal won't lose. You're not allowed to do it. Here it's only because of the circumstances that he's going to lose everything. That's where we're lenient. But anything less than Shabbos, we allow it. So over here it's a question of a neder. We allow it. Mosav Rabba. So Rabba asks, let's say a person made a neder that he's not going to benefit from his friend. Right? Let's say a person, two brothers, and the brother who doesn't have made a neder, he will not benefit from his rich brother. question of pride. I mean, the guy's starving. So the brother wants to help his brother. So he can't give him directly because he made a neder. He's not going to benefit from his brother. So how do you somehow circumvent the problem? So it says, he should go to a storekeeper who the brother normally buys from, and he should say to the storekeeper, anything my brother wants, just give him. I'll pay the bill. That's what he says. So-and-so made a neder, he's not going to benefit from me. What am I supposed to do? Who knows saying law? So he gives him, the storekeeper gives the brother, or whoever the person is. And then he goes and he's reimbursed by the one who gave the instructions. Mar says, Hachi Udashari. So it seems to be only over there. Is it permitted? 1 second. Yeah. Avol kol hazon ain't a mafsid lo. But just to make a general statement, kol hazon, whoever will support him is not going to lose. So that's the equivalent of a shliach. Lo mi boy come. Lo mi boy kol hazon ain't a mafsid lo. There he's speaking to the world. Avol hai keva on the rogaletz since the man, because right? Since the man is going to pay a bill, why does the storekeeper trust the guy? Because normally he's a customer. He trusts, he'll give him credit. So you say, if that's the case, you have that relationship, so you're equivalent of his agent. So if you equivalent, maybe you can't work out this kind of arrangement. Kamash Malon, the case Kolazon, where you're speaking to the world, that has no relevance to Shliach. But here, maybe the storekeeper will be is like the equivalent of the agent of the man. Kamash Malon, that he's not called the agent. He's not the agent. Let's go a little further. We'll do Tosis. We have Gufa. We learn Hamuda Nomi Chaver Vein Lo Mayochel. Person makes a neder and he doesn't have what to eat. So the other party goes to a storekeeper who usually frequents. V'omalo Ish Ploni Muda Nomi tells him the story. So and so can't benefit from me. What am I supposed to do? The guy's going to starve to death. Who knows say lo ubovenotim. Hear this? He goes and the storekeeper provides for that person. And then afterwards, the other guy pays the bill, right? The one buys livnos, g'dera leader, the person needs a house. And he made a neder, he's not going to benefit from this other person. He goes to a builder, he says, you know something, build the man a house, whatever he wants, you bill me. Bill me. So or he needs a fence put up, so they are liksor. Let's say the man needs his field to be harvested, can't afford to pay, and he made a neder, he's not going to benefit. He goes to his regular workers, who normally, they trust him. And he says, they go and they choose to do what he doesn't instruct him. They go to him and says, do you need our service? He says, yes, we're willing to do it for nothing. That's what they tell him, but really, they're only doing it because they can be paid by this other person. Okay? What about when two people, they're two traveling, and you can't work out this thing? There's no storekeeper, there's nobody else to provide. Right? What should you do? The three people traveling. So he gives it as a gift to, let's say, Reuven, Shimon, Levi. Levi said he won't benefit from Reuven. So Reuven gives the gift to Shimon. Shimon takes the gift. It's his own thing. He gives it to Levi. What about if it's just the two of them? Now you got a problem, right? He can't give it directly to him. He puts it on a stone. Or al gabi agero puts it on. He says, I'm disowning it. It's free. Anybody wants to take it. Yeah? Mishi yachbots. Right? Whoever wants to take it, they're free to take it. If the person's permitted to take it, because he's now when he's taking it, even though the reason why he's disowning is because of him, but factually when he's benefiting, what is he benefiting from? From something that's ownerless. So he can work it out. Rabbi Yossi Oset. To do that you can't do. Why? No, we'll see. It's Omer Rava of my time. The Rabbi Yossi there was a story in Beis Choron. What was the case? Over there, a man was making a wedding for his son, and his father made a neder that he's not going to benefit from him. So he went and he told the third party, gave the third party all the food and all the drink, that the wedding should belong to the third party, so his father should be able to come to the wedding. You know what the guy did? Before the wedding person says, I consecrate everything. So what, he blew the wedding. You can't have a wedding because it's all hegdish. Right. So the guy got upset. So the mother says over there, because when the man gave it to him, he never gave it to him that it should be his. The whole thing was a subterfuge to get the father. If he would give it to him, say you could do whatever you want with it, and you even have a right, if you want to consecrate it, you can consecrate it. That's arm's length. Even though the intent was so the father should come, there's nothing wrong with that. But if I give it to you with a limitation that you shouldn't be able to consecrate, so what kind of gift is it? It's not a gift. Okay? So Rabbi Yossi doesn't allow this to put it on the stone or the gate to disown it, because what happens if he doesn't fully release it, relinquish it? Okay, now there's interesting Tosis. The Gemara says that why do we allow it to go for 30 days? We allow it to go for 30 days because we say more than 30 days a person doesn't do a shlichus, right? We said the person made a neder when she was narusa, and afterwards he has to divorce her after 30 days. So Gemara says, why 30 days? Because say an agent won't do the agency more than 30 days. Why do we say? Because word will get out. It's a disgrace. Or says, no, it's not comparable, because before we're talking about she was fully married. A man doesn't provide food for his wife. That's an arusa person. Nobody doesn't. What do we have to set up? The shliach. Let's work it out the other thing. Come on, they should say. Put enough in an account and give it as a gift to a third party. And say, look, provide for her. So now the man is what? Is giving of his own means. So he says something interesting. You see, because the story with the wedding, factually he could work it out. But you know why you don't work it out? Because what happens, he gives a gift and the guy goes and pockets it. He doesn't trust the man. Okay? He says, the guy has so much money, he may actually put it in his pocket. Okay. Okay, next one is good. To be continued.